Hello. Today is November 2nd, 2020, and we're here to play Super Mario Galaxy because it's the game's 13th anniversary. Also, worth noting is I will not be playing the 3D All-Stars version. Rather, I'll be playing on Dolphin. But a few notes about Dolphin Emulator first of all. It is possible to extract music files from Wii games. So let's take, for example, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I have a Japanese version here, but if you look at the file system, you could go to like sound and stream, and it'll give you all the BGM tracks. However, most of them are code names in Japanese. So unless you're really good at Japanese, then it'll be hard finding the correct track. Also worth noting is I'm using a WBFS format, or GCZ format actually, because it is actually smaller, and not just smaller, but because it reflects the actual size of the game. Because if you know anything about Wii games, a lot of them have filler. But Super Mario Galaxy is gigantic, and using compression technology is not really beneficial because this game is big enough. So, hold on. Let's just watch Super Mario Galaxy. Okay, so right now I am using a HD texture pack from that Dolphin Emulator suggested to me, or the Dolphin Wiki. Also, just so you know, hold on. Did my saves get wiped? Sorry, I have a Galaxy 1 save that you can import. So we have to import a Wii save. And I think, hold on, there might be some confidential files I have, so I'm just going to turn off the display and download. So download Galaxy 1. Alright, I should talk to you about the system menu in Dolphin. Yes, the actual Wii system menu. So, if you go to Tools and click Load Wii System Menu, actually the system menu you could download from the internet via Dolphin Emulator. It's really easy. And this is a time in Tokyo right now. Now, I held off yesterday because of I held off yesterday because of daylight savings time changes in the US and Canada. But if you live in Arizona, you don't have to change the time at all. So, let's see. But the ROM I'm going to play is the North American ROM, so, we're going to check, stuff like, hold on. Do I have the display enabled? Yeah, I do. I go to the Wii menu. I go to Data Management, Save Data, Wii. Now GameCube is written in oh yes, this is the North American save. So all I have to do is go back. And since I cannot load a disk while in a different region, so you just have to shut down the Wii menu. And we're just gonna do a few more configurations. We're just gonna remove the input display, and we're just going to open up Super Mario Galaxy this way. Now we have the HD texture pack, which is now this game is a behemoth to speedrun because this takes 3 hours. And you point with the unlike what is it? Unlike with the 3D All-Stars version, you must point your, just point your cursor perfectly.
Mario.
Now, actually, there is a guide on the Dolphin forum on how to extract assets and stuff. However, the source that led me there was Cold Steel HD Texture Pack, which is also easily installable on the PC version. Are you prepared to travel to the center of the universe? Yes, I will. But the thing is, here's the cutscene. And I just jumped to the end of the game because I already covered the beginning in a lot of detail on my channel, so I'm playing on a 100% complete stage. Now, I'm not sure if there's saves with what is it, Luigi or something? With 0 Luigi stars, but all Mario stars. Now, here's the thing. The cutscenes in this game use a matrixing technology called Dolby Pro Logic 2, which means that if you have a phone with Dolby Atmos, such as the new iPhones and the Galaxy phones, then you can actually get a better sound experience. Now, unfortunately, the cutscenes are still in standard definition. I'm not sure if the Dolphin Emulator will allow any MP4 cutscenes to be injected on the fly. And alright, so we're waiting, and let's choose the favorite universe. Sorry, the Wii remote I'm using is kind of jittery, but you can change the lens like really easily. Now this game's really, hold on, you don't have a time limit, but you have, yeah, I'm just, might have my system settings at the wrong place, so, here it is, and, hope I don't get burned. I did this all multiple times just to watch the ending. Pretty crazy of me, right? Well, you could just pull it up on YouTube. I like myself a good challenge, so, the Bowser boss isn't even that hard, but the level itself is much harder. Now, I just really wish that there was Galaxy 2 on the Switch, because Galaxy 1 got... Oh, I burned myself. I burned myself again. You know, in emulation, you have to deal with input lag and stuff. Yeah. Now, here you can skate. Now, there's also tool-assisted stuff that you can do in Dolphin, but... Alright, so... I'm just gonna skate, and... Got too cocky. Alright. I just start the whole segment all over again. But luckily for me, I can still get into a 1-up loop by collecting enough star bits. Now, 3D All-Stars, the reason I'm playing the original Wii version is because when Nintendo Super Mario 35 account was Twitter account talked about the anniversary of this game. they referred to the Wii version, not the 3D All-Stars version. Plus the account's in Japanese only. I gotta hurry up. This game will make me go a little faster. I thought this was like a bigger skating thing, but do we have sand? But this is a quicksand segment. 1 step into quicksand and you're already dead. That's the problem. But right now, I'd like to discuss some important topic that has really been bugging me, and that is the Japanese government just lifted the entry restriction on nationals of the People's Republic of China. Now, given the overwhelming evidence that in the PRC, there has been a continuous outbreak of the coronavirus. I don't think you could just go through here without, I got an extra life. Oh, what? Just gonna wait. Now, there could be some performance slowdowns because of the emulated nature of this, oh, I have that. So, I have to do this stretch all over again. Now, unfortunately, the Wii Remote is not as reliable as the Switch motion Joy-Cons, or motion controls, because the Switch's motion controls are just so much better. Because the cursor is actually a hell of a lot more reliable than, like, say, oh, I died again. Or my lesson is to wait. But if I get enough star bits. So no Wii games are not really ideal for streaming setups because they require a sensor bar. Oh crap. So I could do this all day, but we have tons of stuff to cover. So, Japan opening up the PRC to PRC nationals is the worst mistake anyone can do. I mean, look at the European Union. They're like, okay, let's just resume travel to China, even though they have a coronavirus still. It's because EU politicians, or at least Angela Merkel, who's the Chancellor of Germany, this one is still friendly on China, despite what people are saying. That's why Germany and all these countries can keep getting really good, rankings on international surveys, or the Netherlands especially. Although the thing is, the Netherlands has shown more commitment to be anti-PRC than Germany has. Yeah, this really feels like a Matrix surround system. Alright, so we have to get across them. I can't just wait here forever. Oh, we have a coin. Oh, what? I was so close to the coin, but a bullet bill hit me, so I didn't get the extreme lives pack, because the thing is, there's even a code that you could probably set the RAM to 99 lives. Wait, it is possible, but oh, come on. You know what? I'm gonna get game over. I think I'm much better because there's less lag on actual hardware. Maybe. Presumably, but there's a lot of stuttering in the Dolphin Emulator. So I just took damage and... Yep, I got an extra life. We'll also read some toxic PS5 Never mind. I would just try too much here, then it'll take forever. So let's check the chat. Oh, hi David. Unfortunately, I kept dying in Mario Galaxy, and we'll also have to show you something known as the system menu in Dolphin. So you can just download the system menu, and you can just open up the Wii system menu like this. Now this is a basic configuration. Of course you cannot connect to the Wii Shop channel anymore. You have the news channel, the weather channel, the photo channel, the avatar channel, or the Me channel. It's called the Me channel in the West. And you can even have stuff like, you can have the disc channel, but I just shipped out a Japanese PS3 from a warehouse in Osaka, and it's just and it will just be really hard to like get, because not hard to get, but I'm not sure if the saving of my shipment is going to be insured, because it's going via FedEx, which will stop in Memphis International Airport. Now I really hope that there's no attacks on Memphis International Airport, because even though the airport is outside the city, election violence could be everywhere. So, and stores are boarding up too. They're not taking more risks anymore. Plus, the city governments refuse to pay for the broken windows. Because Democrats, of course. Now, once we're finished this part of the stream, actually this is the Wii menu after all. Now we're just going to read some toxic PS5 comments. Honestly, like, I'm not sure why I even did this stream. It got a 3.4 stars out of 5, and it didn't even come out yet. So if we go to the reviews, hold on, is my screen at the right size? Okay, everyone keeps saying all the 5-star reviews are really PS fanboys, and all the 1-star reviews are either Xbox fanboys or those critical of Sony. Because the Sony fanboys assume that if you are critical of the PS5, you're supporting the Xbox. When really, there's more than that. Like, it's just like Shop Sunday calling you racist if you don't support BLM or leftists. So, I haven't touched it, so I'm testing it. No, this is beautiful and all that stuff. They didn't even buy it. Well, it's not even out. And PS4 gift cards for PS5. Wait. Yes. Actually. All you have to do is redeem your PlayStation gift card on any PlayStation console that has PSN. Like, for example, even the PSP still has their own store, because Sony made the wrong decision to shut down the PS3, PS Vita, and PSP games web portal on their site in favor of PS4 and PS5. But once you get the credit and it's linked to your PlayStation Network account, you could just download games, download DLC, and all that stuff. PS5 looks so slim and nice and great storage. We recommend the disc one better than all digital. All digital is still great. Well, I don't recommend all digital, honestly. I never did. What all digital is for the console manufacturers to scalp money from the consumers. Like, it's like consumer rape by Sony and even Microsoft too. Like, going all digital and you don't even have enough storage. Granted, the Xbox Series S and X will have their own SSD expansion, but the PS5, we're not sure about it yet. Sony is just really opaque with the PS5's launch. and it's the best console to date. And they say this is by far the better option for next gen gaming. Wonder what's the far better option for next gen gaming? Boycotting this console. Seriously. Because literally Sony just exploited their customers too much. And in the end, who loses? The gamers. Who wins? The SJWs, journalists, and Sony. And even the CCP. So, even people in mainland China are critical of the CCP. Like, there's this one, article which, this channel called The Frustrated Indian, or TFI Global, featured, and they were talking about how, mainlanders were trying to escape to Vietnam for jobs, but the Chinese government doesn't want them to leave, and all they do is build a wall. Now, here's the problem with leftists. They compared the border wall of the US and Mexico to the wall in Berlin. But they're built for completely different purposes if you look further. The Berlin Wall was built to keep East Germans and Soviets and people in the Eastern Bloc to escape to the Western Bloc. Even though there's also countries like Hungary, which served as a export for Soviet products to the free world. Like the Rubik's Cube, for example, it was exported through Hungary. Tetris, which is arguably one of the best games in history, was initially exported through Hungary. But then Nintendo and the Soviets reached a deal which to exclusively license Tetris for Nintendo. But the thing is, just 2 years after it came out on Game Boy, the Soviet Union just fell apart. So, in the end, the creator eventually got his ownership rights upon moving to the US. So, double throughput, better frame rates and loading. I want to talk about frame rates, graphics, and exclusives and controllers. The Xbox One X, same bulky controller. Well, not really. Because the D-pad on the Xbox Series X controller, I do not like it. Because it is terrible for pulling off those sweet S-craps and Trails of Cold Steel. Or even frame walking in Super Mario 64. Or even when they're just emulating retro stuff. Like, if you're just going to play Super Mario Bros. On an NES emulator, then the D-pad on Xbox Series X is not as good. I recommend this. It still takes batteries. Well, say what you want about batteries, but the thing is, I really do not like the concept of having to buy new controllers for every generation. Now, for the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, this was understandable because of it was a completely new architecture. And not just that, but Microsoft did not introduce Bluetooth Xbox One controllers until 2016. So, it made sense. Because if you want to use like an Xbox controller before the Bluetooth, or you have an Xbox controller that it doesn't have Bluetooth, you have to use the official Microsoft adapter. But if you have the new version of the controller, you can actually buy a generic Bluetooth adapter off of eBay or Amazon, and you can start using it. But, however, this is what people said. You don't need batteries for a controller, just plug in the cable. Yup, that's true. You can just plug in the cable and off you go. Now, let's check the next reviews. Now, there's only like 20 or so reviews. Only Xbox players hate. Can I check the chat? Yeah. But, actually, we only criticize the PS5 because we don't want the platform to be ruined by SJWs. Which it is. It has been, and it is, and it will be even more. So, the reason we hate the we don't like the PS5 is because we don't. It's not like it's just the direction Sony's going in and stuff. Cheap and bulky. I mean, the Xbox Series X is also vertical, but you could put it horizontally if that's suitable. PS5 is a wonderful console. It hasn't released, so you can't say the controller sucks. The controller is comfy. I never played on one. It still takes battery. This, I'm not a fanboy or anything, but don't listen to what Xbox says. I mean, it's your choice, but I don't know that much. I recommend PS5. Well, here's the thing. The PS5, again, Sony's been very opaque about it, and I'm not even sure if the Xbox Series X or S will support, will support audio CDs, because that was the standoff between the standout between the Xbox One and the PS4. The PS4 just abandoned CD technology and forced everyone to use Spotify. While in Xbox One, you could just insert any CD from any era. Like, you can insert music that's not available on Spotify and just listen to it. I'm glad we take yours because so you actually have to review. And Game Pass is awesome. Well, on console, you're on the PS5 page. Now, the cross-platform gaming for the Xbox and PlayStation, it's been really disastrous because back in 2018, when Sony announced that, when Epic Games, Microsoft, Nintendo, Mojang, and Psyonix announced that they would enable crossplay between Xbox One and Nintendo Switch, guess what Sony did to their Fortnite accounts signed into PS4? They robbed them. Now, it was the scummiest move that Sony ever did, hijacking people's Fortnite accounts for financial and political gain. It sucks. Even worse fan base. Well, here's the thing. Yes, CCP's influence. PlayStation fanboys, Xbox fanboys giving it 1 star. Well, I'm neither, actually. But the thing is, I'm more critical because of the CCP's influence. Amazing system, a system that's not even out. Yeah. I like it better than Microsoft Gaming because that's 4K Blu-ray. Well, in it. Well, here's the thing. If you bought an Xbox One S or Xbox One X, then you could just play 4K Blu-rays. Like, what are you living in? 2013? Edward Snowden? NSA? PS4? Xbox One? No. And PS4, you can also play PS4 and PS4 Pro games. The Last of Us Part 2? No. That game is the absolute scum of the left. This is Strike 2 or something. Now, Strike 3 was when Sony just bent over to the national security law in Hong Kong, which is basically CCP law. So, what does that mean? You say anything critical of CCP in the chats, there could be this one person who will record it, send it to the Chinese government, and then Sony will just take down your account. You lose all your purchases, they won't help you. Yeah, I have both systems tuned to the PS. I bought Xbox because the games and side by side. PS5 is the same games. Well, here's the thing about the PS5 and the PS4 in general. The PS4 and PS5 use something known as the AMD processors, APUs. However, the PS4 uses a really outdated one, while the Xbox One uses the Zen 2. No, not the Xbox One. The PS5 uses a Zen 2. PS4 is some outdated bulldozer one. PS5 is the same thing as the Xbox. The plastic box has electronics and it runs games. This is not entirely true because a PC can play games too. Like, I covered a ton of PC games. Earlier in the stream, I even covered Mario Galaxy on on the stream. However, I kept dying and stuff in the fate of the universe, so I just maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to that game and the PS and super fast for first party games. Well, do you know how Sony got so many first party games? They just bought every studio they can, and not just that, but they made all the games exclusives and stuff. Not very powerful. This guy is a spam. This guy spams the same thing over and over again. The Xbox Series X has thousands of available games, including almost your full past library, EA Play and Game Pass. Now, not all Xbox games are compatible. Not all Xbox 360 games are compatible. Not all Xbox... Well, the Xbox One will probably be more compatible than that. But the fact of the matter is, the original Xbox requires something known as like, I don't know, a hard drive maybe, but all games in modern consoles, except for the Nintendo Switch, require something known as trophies. For example, the reason there were not many PS2 games on the PS4 was because of the trophies support. It's really cumbersome. You have to get into the source code and all that stuff. And Xbox Blues, it's all kids game and all kid indie low budget game. And they're just generalizing everything. Like, oh, exclusives and all that stuff. Well, I was just talking about exclusives, GPU and all that stuff, I want to just really like in Japan they're just gonna stick to the PS4, move to PC, or move to the Nintendo Switch. Cause the Nintendo Switch is the only major console in Japan that does not censor content as heavily and as Marxist as Sony. Because the Xbox has really limited market share in Japan. I hope your mom doesn't accidentally buy you the Xbox One X and Xbox Series X for Christmas, since they nearly have the same name. Taking down heard of 4,000. Now, I'm not sure if this stretches over to the Cold Steel series, which has just been released. I mean, Nihon Falcom did confirm in the press release back in July or August that the newest game in the Trail series, Hajimari no Kiseki, will be available to play on PS5 day one, and even with enhancements too, because and it's backwards compatible, except PlayStation. Too bad we can't play PlayStation 3, 2, or 1. Now, the PS1 has, you also have to do trophy support as well. Plus, the thing is, it's really unlikely that Sony will add CD to the PS5, given what they did with the PS4. It's like Sony forgot about what made them successful and started to just ruin everything. Like, I have a CDP-30 right behind me, which is one of the early CD players from Sony. And there's also the PlayStation 1, which plays CDs pretty well. The PS2, by the way, is the best-selling console of all time, and it also has a really big homebrew community, because you could just like connect an Ethernet cable, get FreeBit boot, and also load games and stuff, or the Fortuna project, or the free DVD boot. Answer: where can you pre-order PS5s? Which brings me to our next topic: scalpers. They are the worst, honestly. They have order bots that are written in Python or something. They buy everything en masse. And who loses? The consumers. Who wins? The scalpers. And even though they won't get sales anymore, because a lot of retailers have started enforcing stuff like order limits and also in person. Now, everyone's just saying, oh, please vote and all that stuff. I gotta hide my zip code because of privacy. So we go to the Nintendo Switch. So there's a Nintendo store on Amazon right here, and I start to crop this. So here's the Nintendo Switch, and well, it's kind of ironic that the boring Switch with the gray Joy-Cons are selling for $290 or selling for a higher price than the Switch with the colorful Joy-Cons. And the restock date would be December 18th, which means that there's still scalpers and stuff roaming around on Amazon. But if you go to Nintendo's official store, well, here's the thing. LeBron James does not listen to you. He listens to China. I mean, I just can't forgive him, honestly. He supported BLM. He's silent on the PRC. Just like Disney. He's the king of communism in America. So we just go to Nintendo and get the Switch system. Like here's the Animal Crossing New Horizons system. Now let's check my area, which Amazon's out of stock. However, you could go Best Buy, which is a business based in Minnesota, and it is available for $300, and it is available in South Philadelphia. South Philadelphia compared to North Central Philadelphia and the recently destroyed West Philadelphia are South Philly is overall a much better neighborhood, honestly. But if we want to check the stores, we can change the pickup location, and I'll yeah, it's all order pickup. So Best Buy, it's much harder to get out of stock because Best Buy has a good relationship with Nintendo, while Amazon does not. You can even go to Walmart, which is unfortunately a company that just died with. So you can't pick it up, but you could buy it. And other European version comes with a code for Animal Crossing, but it's probably from scalpers. Best Buy will let you bundle it, but they could slash the prices behind Nintendo's back. Now we go to Target. Now the thing about what I'm using right now is an ad blocker, which I not only have a network-wide ad blocker because I really don't want to deal with election drama on Twitter or stuff. It's basically a firewall or something, but also because of because if Trump wins the election, it would be I have the gray Model 1 Switch, but you could just buy new Joy-Cons later down the road. But so we go GameStop, which is going to get rid of their PS3 and 360 games. Now you could ship it to home or pick it up, and you could buy it in Airport Square in Philadelphia, which I'm not sure where it is, but I'll just enter the zip code. This is Montgomery County, so this is not really in Philadelphia, I guess. It's alright, but the thing is, the Interstate 76 that runs through the city is just congested. I mean, there's only 2 lanes, no HOV, no good public transit options, and stuff. But you're here to talk about the new Switches, and there's also that's all we have to cover, honestly. Now, if you want to get the this one, this is actually more popular. It's sold out at GameStop, sold out at Nintendo, and sold out at the Pokemon Center. Except the Nintendo one, if you buy it from Nintendo, it's refurbished. So Target and Best Buy might have it in stock. Because nobody really goes to Best Buy because they think it's expensive and stuff. Here's a Grey Joy-Con, which is more out of stock because people think that this is that less people will buy this. When reality, more people want this, and scalpers think they can make a profit off of this. Now the Switch Lite is, I would recommend it if you're already a Switch owner, but if you're a first time Switch owner, you're gonna have to think about it carefully, because once you buy a Switch Lite or a Switch, you're just locked into the purchase, because the Switch Lite you cannot play on TV. On a TV. But some people don't. It's okay because some people don't want to play on the TV. Like in Japan, like there's really limited space for everything. Like, and people cannot just easily have like a big TV or big setup. So it's only $200. It is the replacement of the Nintendo 3DS. You can also buy the Joy-Cons, try on different colors, and stuff. I'm planning to get this one because of, now even though Nintendo, lets you buy an individual Joy-Con for the Switch Lite, it's still, a more economic option. You have the overpriced SD cards, but they're still the same standard quality and some stuff like that. Now, back to the PS5. Sony strikes again. He's not a fanboy. They all have their own issues. But PS5 and Xbox One, PS5 has multiple AAA games on launch day. Xbox has none. Well, to tell you the truth, you don't need AAA launch games on launch day, because what that does is only gives you a temporary sales boost. But when people start finding out that you're being deceptive to consumers and stuff, and not just that, but also they're late to the pre-order date. No, I'm more upset about the PRC and their infiltration of leftists and stuff. System is a joke. That guy, bro. Early bird gets the worm. Yeah, this horrible graphics, but this guy's username is Marty McFly. Really funny. So we don't need to, unfortunately, no one talked about how he was, from Back to the Future. Or something. He didn't get the reference. New IO licensing will guarantee fast rewrite speeds. No. This is very good. Highest graphics and speed account. No. There's gonna be enough for everyone on the first launch. No. They always sell out, honestly. Like the Nintendo Switch, when it first came out, it was really hard to get. And that started the scalpers era. Worst experience for a launch system. Why make it? You only get actual pre-orders for the whole store, and then try to sell me one for the overpriced bundles for $750. Yep, the Switch has fallen to that too. But we're gonna touch on an interest that I haven't revealed yet. So I do have a second YouTube channel. It's I'll type in the name right now. So in that channel, which I rarely use, I just post videos of trains, mostly in Japan, honestly. Because if you tell by the name, it is using the N700 series, which is the flagship bullet train of Japan. However, the N700S will be the flagship bullet train on routes between Tokyo and Osaka. Alright, so, however, JR East is also having their own new trains as well. For example, they are bringing the E3 Series Shinkansen to a close, which is initial use on the Akita Shinkansen in 1997. So let's open up RetroArch if this shortcut works. Okay, so we have Xbox One controller connected. And we're just going to open up Densha de Go 2. Now the Game Boy color port is actually pretty impressive, because A is the largest Game Boy game ever made, with 8 megabytes, believe it or not. You say stream RetroArch to your friends. I don't know why they're doing this. So just to avoid any copyright issues, I'll skip the intro. And I'll probably turn off the music. So you go to game setup and change this to stereo to mono. And you can also go to arcade mode. Arcade mode is actually pretty hard because you have now there is a port for the Nintendo 64. Now if you want to go from Akita to here, it's really difficult. But if you're just doing starters, you can just do the Hoku Hoku one, which I don't know where it is. I'll do the Akita Shinkansen because because I know the line pretty well. Except the line is actually a mini Shinkansen. This is the 3D graphics on PS1. Now, the mini Shinkansens. So you have to. Alright, so this. Alright, this controls the. Alright, so. I have to try to close the doors. Alright, let's. We just left Akita Station. And also have to be careful of your speed and also the time. Because unlike most train simulators, this is an arcade game. And this is an arcade game because so you have a time limit. So you have to arrive to the next station by 9:23 a.m. So I have to go to 120 kilometers per hour, which is roughly 75 miles per hour. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get copyrighted by JR or something. So we're this is actually a road. Now, so we have to. I have to get to the next station, or was I a little bit fast? I got penalized. So wait, brake is here. Oh, that's the emergency brake. Oh, game over. Never mind. But let's go back to Mario Galaxy because this is the title of the stream. I don't want to really play. I'll just play another level or one of my favorite levels in the game for Mario Galaxy. So we just have to open up the Wii remote again. And I have also to plug in the nunchuck too. I'm just waiting for it to pair. If not, I could just get all of the energy out and then pair the Wii remotes again. So what I have to do is you have to hold the power button to get rid of all the residual power. You should do that when you're upgrading a PC or something. Or building a PC. Wait, that opened up my actual console. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, I did it again by accident. Oh yeah, I was actually planning to do like an SSD upgrade on my LG Gram, which is actually pretty easy as Jerry Rig Everything made a video about it. But the thing is, I was upgrading from a SATA drive to an NVMe drive. Now, why is this problematic? Because NVMe in Linux is actually a different identifier. It's not SDA or SDB, but it's NVMe N0 or N1 or something in Linux. Also, there's this thing in Linux known as the shells. Like, Linux is not really user-friendly for computer beginners, but for those who are really into like compiling source code or do you just like channels like Mental Outlaw, which, by the way, Mental Outlaw is a cool channel. You should go check him out. He even made a meme based on the anime The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, or as I like to call it, Haruhi Suzumiya. And where Yuki was presumably installing Gen 2 Linux, which is basically a Linux distribution or OS where you have to install everything from source. You have to compile source code and all that stuff, and you have too much stuff. It's really advanced, and it's not good for beginners. But it looks like I'll have to restart the Dolphin Emulator, so well, yeah, election day is tomorrow. But I just have to purge the power from my Wii Remote again. Now, I do remember during Wii Sports, who could just... Oh, I turned it on again. Alright, so we have to get the residual energy out, sync the controllers again. And if we're successful, we will get a vibration. Oh, we're successful. Now let's open up Super Mario Galaxy. Now I have a sensor bar placed on top of my monitor, which is below my TV. I have a pretty weird setup, but hold on. Emulated software disconnected my Wii Remote. Huh. It's disconnected by emulated software, so I have to... They're referring to this, right? Alright, so we should be able to... This is a high-resolution texture pack, but I prefer just upscaling the existing textures, so you have to point... Okay, there's an issue here. Never mind. It crashed again. And also my Nintendo Switch is outside of the stream room, so... Unfortunately, this might be the end of the live stream. I mean... So... Oh yeah, speaking about Japanese bullet trains, there will be one built between Houston and Dallas. They did all make the progress, like, for the final environmental review. And not just that, but it's a privately owned company compared to, like, a government project, like in California or something. But it went between Houston and Dallas. You could get there in under 2 hours. That's and not just that, but we'll use Shinkansen technology. So no railroad crossings, completely dedicated infrastructure and stuff. So this is the end of the stream. So all I have to say is thank you for watching. Remember to go vote if you live in the US, and I apologize for not having much Mario Galaxy content this stream because of technical issues. So, have a good day.